A Bronx prep school is offering a public apology and promising reform in the wake of allegations of sexual abuse by staff against students spanning some 4 decades. Administrators at Horace Mann posted a letter on the school's website acknowledging the abuse occurred and detailing its response. The school will eliminate the board position of trustee emeritus. That's a move that essentially eliminates board members who served when the abuses were first reported. An advisory board on student safety is also in the works. Months ago, school officials agreed to mediation with dozens of people who accused the school of allowing the sexual abuse to happen, and that's despite a statute of limitations that prevents lawsuits. The majority of those cases ended in settlements. This month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and there's a video going viral on YouTube that takes a rather dramatic look at how suicide affects those left behind. Meantime, in Manhattan, a call center is expanding its reach to help people in distress. Take a look.
Last June, Tanya committed suicide. I didn't know how to deal with it, so I wrote her this letter.
Eric Lim was so distraught when his 30-year-old sister Tanya committed suicide in 2011 that he turned his eulogy for his big sister into this fiery film.
For anybody hurting like she was, use the pain. She had suffered through clinical depression through her adult life. My family and I offered all the care and resources that we could.
This 4-minute short called The Forge is being hailed as a powerful dramatization that's having quite an impact on those who watch it. It was uploaded to YouTube less than 2 weeks ago, and it already has more than 250,000 hits.
I wish I could have told her a little earlier, and really gotten across to her how important she was to me. That's the kind of idea of the film, is just to let everyone know how important they are.
The message behind Eric Lim's film is perhaps needed now more than ever. A CDC report out this month finds that suicide rates are up among a non-traditional group, Americans between the age of 35 and 64. Researchers noted that the 38,364 suicides in 2010 was actually higher than deaths from motor vehicle crashes in the same year. To help the growing number of people in distress, the Mental Health Association NYC held a ribbon cutting just days ago to promote the expansion of their 1-800-LIFE-NET call center, which provides free and confidential help around the clock.
Being able to have immediate access 24/7 from anywhere, any place, to a trained mental health professional is critical, because as we've learned, it's not just connecting people to service, not just to crisis services, but just being able to talk to somebody.
Whether it's talking to somebody or watching a film like this, activists say they'll do whatever it takes to give distraught people new hope.
If we get one person to say, "This helped me, this stopped me from hurting myself," then we would feel successful.
To learn more about the film The Forge, check it out on YouTube. And for more information on the hotline, call 1-800-LIFE-NET or click on 800lifenet.org. Up next on News at 11, some intrepid visitors braved the dreary weather for the start of the museum's Memorial Day weekend activities. And a summer ferry service begins for a community that could sure use it. Stay with us.
At Giacomo's Trattoria, you get a slice of news and a slice of pizza.
If you have big plans this holiday weekend, keep hope alive. There is hope. Heather Morrison joins us again from the Weather Center with more on an improvement in our holiday forecast. Heather.
Boy, we've waited for it, that's for sure, Cheryl. And the timing is good. Not a perfect weather day here Sunday, but for Memorial Day Monday, the weather's going to be absolutely splendid. Some warm temperatures and plentiful sunshine, but we're going to have to really wait quite a few hours before that sunshine returns. We are overcast right now. You can see that general swirl in the atmosphere. Low pressure continues to sit and spin off the New England coast, just northeast here of Cape Cod, on up toward Bangor, Maine, and then heading up toward the Canadian Maritimes tonight. So this low will make progress away, but it's just so slow to move. Get out of here, right? Head on out to the north. Closer view shows a few areas of light rain, some patches of drizzle, a few that still are set to come through the city tonight. But I do believe tomorrow we'll see a drying trend, and probably after sunrise, not much in the way of any showers. Temperatures in the 50s right now. It's 50 degrees in the Bronx, 53 in Queens, 51 in Central Park, 52 for Brooklyn, and 53 on Staten Island. And you couple that with a blustery northwesterly wind, and it just feels downright raw outside. It's going to stay that way tonight, maybe into early tomorrow before some improvement. Here's the hour-by-hour computer model forecast. It shows the clouds hanging tough by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, but notice how as we head into the afternoon and Sunday evening in particular, some thinning occurs. High pressure builds in as we get closer to Monday. Kind of a cool start to our holiday, Memorial Day, but the sunshine will bring temperatures back into the 70s. It's going to feel kind of nice out there as we head into the afternoon. Notice how we're high and dry through early Tuesday, but then a warm front approaches by the middle of the week. We could have a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but humid and warm weather. We get back to that beach weather. I assure you, next weekend, the beaches will be hopping. 46 degrees as we head through the overnight. Clouds linger, drizzle. Any early drizzle tapers off quickly. 67. Here's the 7-day outlook, Cheryl. Back in those 80s. Next weekend looks splendid. Back to you.
Okay, Heather, thank you. After Hurricane Sandy knocked it out of commission, the New York Aquarium is open again. It was devastated 7 months ago when floodwaters damaged crucial equipment in the basement. Much of the aquarium is still closed for repairs, but visitors can now check out sea life at several indoor exhibits, watch walruses and penguins on display outside, and enjoy shows at the newly remodeled Aqua Theater. For visitors and staff, the reopening has been long anticipated.
We had people lined up a half hour before opening just to be here. We had kids who told me they've been following us for 7 months while we're closed, waiting for this day. So for me, it's incredibly rewarding.
It's nice that there are so many people here. Yeah, and I'm excited to explore, see some penguins, some fish.
There are sea lions. They're really amazing. Two of our favorite sea lions we saw.
The aquarium is expected to fully reopen by 2016. Of course, this Memorial Day weekend kicks off the Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum's Summer Salute to Heroes. Pier 86 was filled with music, activities, and various interactive displays. People of all ages turned out to learn about and pay tribute to American soldiers across the generations.
It's pretty cool.
I think it's really cool, especially all the planes up here.
Being part of the United States Army and having the military in general in the United States, I mean, it's just great, you know, to have that feeling inside your heart, to know that everybody around the world gets to come and visit and experience what we experience in this great nation. I mean, I think it's awesome. And history alone, little kids growing up, seeing it, you know, it brings a lot of the past to the future.
Memorial Day festivities run through Monday. If you were around the Intrepid today, you may have noticed something missing on Manhattan's west side. The Sailors. Memorial Day weekend usually goes hand in hand with Fleet Week. However, this year there is no fleet. Earlier this year, the Navy said it would not send any ships to New York City. It blames the automatic spending cuts made by the sequester. Officials say any Navy, Marine Corps, or Coast Guard personnel who happen to be in the city can still take part in any locally organized festivities. And the city says it stands to lose some $20 million in revenue without Fleet Week. Red Hook is celebrating new free ferry services to and from Lower Manhattan. The ferry runs between Pier 11 and Manhattan to a new stop right behind Fairway Market on Van Brunt Street. The grocery store threw a party to celebrate the first day of service. Parts of Red Hook are still reeling from Hurricane Sandy, but ferry riders and residents say they hope the new easy access will help get the neighborhood back on its feet.
The idea is that we've got
work going on Twitter. We've got some information going on our website. Mayor Bloomberg's gone on his website. We're trying to promote it in such a way that people can come back and realize that Red Hook has survived the storm, and businesses hopefully will flourish as a result.
It was a quick trip, nice and easy, beautiful.
It'll help us redevelop the Red Hook area by bringing people in who don't live in the area as I do.
The expanded service will include 2 boats operating weekends from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. throughout the summer. Just ahead on News at 11, the Yankees stage a dramatic 2-out rally in the 9th inning to tie it up with the Rays, but could they finish the job in extra innings? Kevin Garrity has highlights and more on the Rangers' loss to the Bruins when we return. All right, now it's the end of the line for the Rangers. Here's Kevin Garrity with sports.
That's right, Cheryl. Now we turn to baseball. The Knicks are done, and as of tonight, the Rangers are done. They're knocked out of the playoffs by the Boston Bruins, trailing 3-1 when they dropped the puck today up in Boston. Rangers actually got on the board first. Power play goal by Dan Girardi, 1-0. But off turnover here, Roman Hamrlik turning the puck over for the Rangers, and Boston's going to come on in, and they score the go-ahead goal in the second period to make it 2-1. That was Gregory Campbell for the Bruins, and then later on, Rangers tried to put as much pressure as they could on goalie Tuukka Rask, but with Henrik Lundqvist pulled, there's the empty netter. Say goodnight to the Rangers. They lose it 3-1. The traditional handshake after the game. But the Bruins are moving on to take on the Penguins. The Rangers are going home for the summer. The Yankees down in Tampa taking on the Rays today, and good comeback win for the Yanks. This is 9th inning, down 3-1. Brennan Bosch just called back up from the minors with the RBI double, making it 3-2. This is off the Rays closer Fernando Rodney. Then Brett Gardner, base hit to center. Another run scores, tied at 3. We go to extra innings, and Lyle Overbay continues to do it. Even though Mark Teixeira may be back this week at first base for the Yanks, Overbay, well, he's going to go out of the lineup with a bang. Home run, putting the Yankees up by a score of 4-3, sets it up perfectly in the bottom of the 11th for Mariano Rivera, coming on for his 18th save and 18 chances to start the season. Yankees win. The Mets finished up their suspended game from last night at about 6 o'clock tonight. The Braves put 2 across in extra innings, and they went on to win that suspended game 7-5. Then in the regularly scheduled game, it was the opposing pitcher, Mike Minor, hitting his first career home run off Dylan G, putting Atlanta up 2-0. Jason Hayward then would come through with a base hit for the Braves to put them up 3-0. Final score at City tonight, 6-0. The Mets lose it. So the Yankees, the only winner today.
Hey, that's something. Okay, Kevin Garrity, thank you. We'll see you in a minute with Sports on One Last Word. That does it for News at 11. Have a good night.